And welcome back to another edition of Austin's American Flyer, the Christmas edition. And this is directed for those of you that, as the holiday season approaches, you're able to get your trains out and get them ready to run around the Christmas tree. And wow, what an exciting time of year for all kinds of reasons. But if you've had your train stuff packed away all year long and now you get it out, whew, nothing better. So today we're going to take a look at some passenger cars that Flyer made between 50 and 52 approximately, and they're all aluminum. And I've got an idea or two for you on how to get those cleaned up if they've seemed to have lost some of their luster. This is also part one. Part two is going to follow up with some ideas about a fairly easy, with a few hand tools, way to repair couplers should you run into problems there. So all of this was intended to help those of you that are getting the trains out for Christmas, so that once they're out, you got to repair them and then they're ready to roll again. All right, so let's get on to the video. Well, here is the results of some elbow grease on this passenger car, 661, and as you can see, it cleans up remarkably well. These cars can be absolutely stunning, and again, this is one that has not had anything done to it, and really the difference between these two is oxidation has been removed. This metal just oxidizes, and I've got this metal polish here. There's a bunch of them out there, but it just takes a tiny bit of metal polish, and then this is what happens. This black is oxidation from this car. And what's also interesting is because it's so shiny, I don't know how well that's coming through in the camera, but I actually am leaving fingerprints on there. So, so one of the things that happens once you clean these cars up so well is it's a good idea to actually take something like an old rag, and when you're handling them, just to keep the shine where it is. Now this one's got some scratching in it. It was handled a little bit more roughly. It's not perfect, but wow, it's cleaned up so nicely. And I've still got the trucks, the wheels, and the underbody to clean. I need to check the light bulb. And one other thing that you might find interesting, I guess we'll use this car as an example, is they have what are called silhouettes in the windows. And it's just a piece of plastic that has, these silhouettes of people. That looks like a little kid, probably a girl with a bow in her hair, but I don't know, could be a boy with a weird split down the middle of his head with his hair split down the middle. There's a guy smoking a pipe. It looks like a lady, I don't know, she's reading something. Anyhow, those pieces are kind of done differently for each car. Each one of these cars would have its own silhouette. And I found a place in one of the websites that supplies this stuff where I can actually download and print these. So I've got some of this plastic material ordered for transparencies, and I'm going to print some of these out. These are from this car here, and as you can see, the ends are broken. The plastic is actually curved from age, and so they don't slide in the grooves. There's actually, if we look here on the ends, there's grooves where the windows are, and they slide right inside there. Another interesting thing is these cars have these end pieces, and they're a cast metal. I don't know what type of metal, but before they are oxidized like everything else. And so I use a metal brush attachment to clean them up, and they end up looking pretty nice. One of the things too that I'll probably show here in just a little bit is I have another set of these cars that are cleaned, and just want to show a little bit about how nicely they run through the rails, how neat the lights are shining out from inside, and then also because they're so heavy, because they're very heavy cars. I haven't weighed them, but several pounds a piece, probably 4 to 5 pounds easy. because they're so heavy, they track differently than most cars do. So let's go over to the layout and run a train and kind of look at that a little more. It's kind of fascinating. Now, originally these passenger sets were pulled by Alco PAs. So this set is from somewhere in the vicinity of 1950, 1952, somewhere in there. And I'm going to let the steam engine go by here. But you can see how beautiful these cars shine up. And because we're going real slow, it's hard to see the lights, but we'll crank the speed up a little bit and get better lighting. But they're just remarkable in how glistening and beautiful they are. Just really is nothing that quite compares to true metal cars like this. Now here we've got a little more speed, which means the lighting will be a little bit brighter on the inside. Again, it just looks so neat, especially when the lights are turned off and you see the silhouettes of people inside the train. It's just really cool. So you can hear as those heavy cars go through this crossover, you can just hear, based on the sound, that not only are they heavy, but you've got a very realistic clickety-clack. And of course this sound comes anytime they go through a switch or through something like this. That's pretty cool. Now it helps that I have this really nice roadbed, which was kind of a plug for myself. It's roadbed I made, and it's got a little bit of extra cushion underneath the ties, or the places where the rails press down. So it makes the rails themselves very quiet, so you don't get any additional train noise other than basically the click-clack the wheels and any noise from the motor. In this case, this engine, the unit behind the lead unit has a horn in it, and that buzzes a little bit. I would not use, but that's just the way they are. Anyhow, I just thought you'd find this kind of cool to see kind of what these cars look like once they're cleaned up and how really nice they are. And we'll do one more pass, a little bit higher speed here. Hope you've enjoyed this. Again, one of these cool aspects of having old trains like this is they're just made differently than stuff is today, and pretty cool. Hope you enjoyed this, and please follow if you haven't already, and make sure to like, and let me know if you have any questions or comments. Thanks so much. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you found this helpful. Is there anything better than the glisten from an all aluminum metal passenger car? Pretty sweet. So thanks for tuning in today, and just a reminder, there will be a part 2 coming up on some suggestions on ways to deal with coupler issues. And until next time, thank you, and come back, and let's remember the reason for the season. God bless, take care. Until next time, we'll see you. Bye-bye.